This is a presentation of Magnitude Sports.
And he's going to get that base hit. Landon Donner is going to round third. They're going to send him, and the throw's coming in. It's not going to be in time, and he slides in head first for the win. Now, looks to be that one's hit well to left field, and it might have a chance, and it is gone. It is a two-run home run for Andy Mock. And the Stars are on the board. It's 2-0.
And now, the cameras are ready. The headset is on. It's game time.
All right, welcome to the final game of the 2021 Central Plains Regional Tournament here, and we're live on Magnitude Sports with a rematch of the first game of this tournament for both of these teams. The Post 400 Stars would score a run in the top of the third that would hold up, and they would defeat Hopkins 1-0. And now Hopkins gets another crack here at the Post 400 Stars, this time in the championship game. And this should be a good one as we take a look back at game number one of of this tournament when these two teams met up. It was the winning pitcher would go to Kobe Sen. So he'd pitch 4 in the third innings. Allowed 4 hits, no runs, walked only 2 batters, and threw 68 pitches. And then Jacob Jaroszewski would come in for the final 2 2/3 innings and pick up the save, allowing no hits, no runs, no errors, no batters walked, and he would face a total of 9 batters, while Kobe Sen faced 18 batters. Jaroszewski tossed 20 pitches in that game. For Hopkins, Gabe Olson played all 7 innings, allowed 4 hits, 1 run in the top of the third, and one error. He walked 4 batters. He struck out 9, and he faced 29 batters and tossed 104 pitches in that game. In that game, 13 runners were thrown out at first base. 6 runners for Hopkins were thrown out at first, and 7 runners for Fargo Post 400 were thrown out at first. Let's see here. 2 runners were thrown out at second for Hopkins, or for Post 400, and also two for both team were 2 for Fargo and 2 for Hopkins were both thrown out at second, and there was only 1 throw out at third, and that was on a Hopkins runner on a throw out. I believe, if memory serves me correctly, I think he was trying to steal third, if memory serves me correctly, but I could be wrong on that. But that's a general recap of game 1 of this matchup here as the Post 400 Stars take the field for their infield warm-ups. The Hopkins still has their infield warm-ups to go yet. Once again, we want to say thanks to our sponsors. Win, lose, whether this is our last broadcast of the summer or if we have more, we want to thank our sponsors, including Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union, Network Center in Fargo, the Ball Yard in Fargo, Go Promo in West Fargo, ProMark Services, Dr. Tiffany Johnson at Healing Touch Chiropractic, and also a big thank you to Midco Sports, including Jody and Corey, who were in contact with a 3-way triangle of communication with me, we can put it that way, and then saying, yes, Magnitude, you can cover the West Fargo Patriots and the Post 400 Stars, and they certainly didn't have to give us that permission, but they did, and we are extremely thankful that we were allowed to continue to cover the teams that we had covered all season. And even though we've covered the Stars all season, Hopkins has always been a friendly opponent. I remember a couple years ago, they came to Starry and Bank Field in Fargo. I believe it was for the FM Invite 2 years ago, if I remember correctly. And I don't remember who they were playing, but all I remember is that myself and everybody at Starry and Bank Field was just exhausted, and the Hopkins team took the wiffle ball field and were like, you know what, go ahead and play. And they were pretty pumped up about that as they got to play wiffle ball I don't remember if it was after their game or before their game, but they took advantage of that field, and they were just pretty happy, and they said a whole bunch of cool and kind things to us at the Starion Bank Field. So we certainly appreciate them, and we wish the Hopkins Flyers the best of luck in this regional championship game. The winner of this will punch their ticket to Shelby, North Carolina to play in the American Legion World Series. And I just can't tell you how much of an honor it is to broadcast this game regardless of the two teams playing in it. It is certainly, I certainly expect it to be a fun one. Once again, one run in the top of the third was all it took for the Post 400 Stars to win. Something tells me that there might be a little bit more scoring in this game, but I don't think, knock on wood, I guess, but I don't think it's going to be a lot of scoring. It's not going to be like a 10-8 game or a 12-11 game or anything like that. My initial thought is the team that can get 4 runs is going to win this game, whether that's Hopkins or whether that's Post 400. Just based upon watching these two teams play through the tournament, Post 400. I'm a little bit stunned. They had an off day yesterday. And if I have any words of thanks to De Pere, I just want to say thanks for finishing that one in just a little over an hour, as they would get by Post 400 13-0 in 5 innings of play. They would score a 3-run homer in the top of the first, tack on one more, and then it would stay 4-0 all the way until I believe it was the 5th inning. Yeah. No, it was the bottom of the 4th, and they would get 9 more across the plate in the bottom of the 4th. Stars in the top of the 5th would go 4 batters up and 3 down, and that would end the game at 13-0. So the Stars looking to shake that one off, and I'm sure that they will, and I'm sure that they're not going to give up 13 runs in this game here. So, or if they do, they're hoping that they'll score 14 in that event, but. Like I said, I think this game is going to come down to the team that gets to 4 runs. I think if 4 runs are scored by one of these two teams, I don't think the opposite team is going to be able to catch up to that mark. But we'll see. That's just my general thoughts on this here in the pregame. So our coverage coming up here on Magnitude Sports after this game is pending, I guess you could say. We do have some MPFL youth football coming up here, pending. If the Stars ended up winning this game, we have made contact with ESPN and with the tournament directors down there, and they are working stuff out so that we can cover the Stars should they win this game and go to North Carolina. Should Hopkins win this game and go to North Carolina, we wish you the best of luck in that tournament, and we'll be cheering you on. There's no doubt about it. Want to say hi to Jim. Says, hey, Mike, I'm back and looking forward to a great game. And he's given a few thumbs up and claps. He's excited to see Post 400 in this championship game. And once again, whether you're a Post 400 fan or a Hopkins fan, we encourage you to chime in on the chat and cheer on your team. Just keep it friendly, keep it nice. Don't get mean. Don't say anything bad to the opposing fans, etc. If we do, we'll click it off. We'll shut down the chat. But no, I say that before every game. But like I said, every time that Hopkins and Post 400 have met up over the last couple years, or that we've had a Hopkins game on Magnitude that didn't feature Post 400, which there's been a couple, but not too many. We've never had that issue, so I'm not worried about having that issue here in this game either. So we might have MPFL football. We might have more baseball for you coming up on August 14th and 15th. And then, of course, that tournament, I believe, if memory serves me correctly, starts August 12th and comes to a conclusion on August 17th. So... And then our first volleyball match of the year will be Thursday, August 26th. Parker Rapids will host Nevis, and then we head over to the North Dakota side for our first football matchup that next day as the Kindred Vikings will host the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros. And it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of an awkward feeling talking about, hey, we got volleyball and football coming up here on our broadcast schedule. It's just amazing how the last 14 months have just blown by, and these sports seasons just go back to back, and we're going to get maybe a week off, maybe. Let's see. We get about 9 days off, assuming that we go to the final day of Shelby with our coverage. But that's still yet all to be determined. So just continue to check our website, and you'll know when we know. I can tell you that much for sure. You can follow us online, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's absolutely free. It costs no money at all, and when you subscribe, you'll be able to join in on the chat and cheer on your team. Once again, that is free. Click the like button if you're still with us at this point, and click on the bell to select your alert preference. You can select all games, modified or some of the games. I'm not sure how Google and YouTube do that, but they somehow know when to alert you and when not to alert you. And then, or you can select none and just help us out by becoming a subscriber. That would be absolutely awesome. All the latest news stories are on our website under the Stories button at our website, msportsnet.com. I've been a little busy. I haven't been able to write day 2 and 3 recaps, but we'll get some sort of recap once all this craziness is over with. And also, if you missed any games of the tournament, they are all available on our website. Under the Archives button, click on Demand. You'll come to this screen right here. You simply click Watch next to the game that you want to see again. Of course, that Sioux Falls East Post 400 game was suspended due to weather and played in the next morning, so that's why you got Part 1 and Part 2 there. But other than that, all the games are in full. And then the same with this game here. When it goes final, about maybe 10 minutes after the conclusion of the live broadcast, we'll have it available for you on demand as well, as the coaches and umpires meet at home plate now. And after the conclusion of this game, regardless of the winner of the game, we'll bring you live the awards presentation, the ceremony, and all that good stuff following the conclusion of the ball game. So we're going to take a timeout, and when we come back, we'll get you starting lineups and get you back to that, get you closer to the first pitch. Coming up soon here in about a minute or less here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Looking for a new home? Make home happen this summer by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 98% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
You simply click and order. We decorate and deliver. GoPromo is the area's premier provider for easy-to-use online team stores with screen-printed, embroidered, and promotional products. From your computer screen to the bleachers, and from the boardroom to the field, just GoPromo. Visit justgopromo.com.
You can capture the moments and memories of this game and all of our past sports broadcasts on DVD. It makes a great gift for a parent, relative, son, or daughter. Please allow 1 to 2 weeks for standard delivery. Place your order now, quickly and easily at msportsnet.com/DVD.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level in my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands. We are all better when we show respect for others and practice good sportsmanship. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the lights on the playing field, the stage, or the gym floor dim, you'll always have pride in yourself.
Tiffany Johnson from Healing Touch Chiropractic in West Fargo.
What impact I want to make, how my office is different, how my niche is different. It is all about giving people hope and helping them believe that their bodies were made to heal.
Let me show you how your life can change through chiropractic at Healing Touch Chiropractic.
Magnitude Sports has delivered over 1,000 broadcasts capturing all fourth quarter comebacks, walk-off home runs, buzzer beaters, 62-point volleyball sets, and double overtime victories. The excitement is on Magnitude Sports. Over 150 teams from 5 states and 2 countries have been featured on Magnitude Sports at both the varsity and sub-varsity levels. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and select your alert preference so you never have to miss that big moment from your favorite area sports team. Find us on Facebook and Twitter too. This is the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
All right, welcome back to the Birdcage in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, as they put the team logos up on the scoreboard in the outfield there, showing Fargo Post 400. They had Hopkins up right before we were coming out of the break. Not sure if they'll rotate it back and forth or not. I'm guessing they will, but taking a look at your starting lineups here for we'll start with the visitors on the scoreboard, and check this out. The Post 400 Stars have been the visitors on the scoreboard in every single game of this tournament and all but one of the games in the state tournament back in North Dakota. So they're used to playing on the visitors' side, and they get at least one more game here tonight on the visitors' side as well. Batting first, second, and third, top of the order, center fielder Oliver Luck, shortstop Easton Rarick, second baseman Colby Sen. Middle of the order, 4, 5, and 6 is the starting pitcher Colton Almy, left fielder Caden Graff, and the first baseman Andrew Mock. The bottom of the order at 7, 8, and 9 is the catcher Tate Gustafson, the third baseman Eli Mock, and the right fielder Ethan Claus. On the flip side for Hopkins, your batting order looks like this. Batting 1, 2, and 3 in the top of the order will be the second baseman Cole Byer, the catcher Jack Mauser, the shortstop Jake Perry, and then the middle of the order at 4, 5, and 6 is the third baseman Brock Zimmer, first baseman Ryan McGee, and the left fielder Americo Scolati, and then the bottom of the order at 7, 8, and 9 is the right fielder Paul Safransky, designated hitter Charlie Schaefer, and the center fielder Jackson View. On the mound tonight for this championship game for Hopkins is the right-handed pitcher number 17, Ryder Lane. And that is your batting lineups and starting lineups here for Post 400 and Hopkins. Once again, broadcast coverage brought to you by Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union, the Network Center in Fargo, the Ball Yard in Fargo, Go Promo in West Fargo, ProMark Services, Dr. Tiffany Johnson at Healing Touch Chiropractic, and we want to say thanks to Midcoast Sports for allowing us to broadcast these games. Update from the Division II Central Plains Regional Tournament. Wapton loses to, if I'm pronouncing this correctly, Viroqua, Wisconsin. I'm pretty sure I did not get that right. The final score was 6-5. Valley City defeats LeSueur Henderson out of Minnesota by the score of 6-4. Valley City and Wahpeton are in opposite round-robin pools, and both have a 1-win, 2-loss record. And so we want to thank Greg for passing that information along to us here. Let's see here. He continues to say, we think they will play tomorrow for 5th in the tournament, and the game is potentially at 11 o'clock. So thank you, Greg, for those North Dakota baseball updates from the Division II Central Plains Regional Tournament. I know we have plenty of North Dakota viewers interested in those scores, and we certainly appreciate his ability to get those scores and updates to us. Right now, that's Ryder Lane warming up on the mound here for Hopkins, as they would sneak by De Pere in the game right before this one. And as a result of that Hopkins win, every state champion in this tournament has been eliminated. West Fargo has gone down, Osseo has gone down, and now De Pere, the Wisconsin champion, has gone down. And now you have the North Dakota runner-up versus the Minnesota runner-up in their respective state tournaments, battling it out here for a chance to go to Shelby, North Carolina. And the first batter here will be Oliver Luck, as it appears that the first pitch will come just about 1 minute late here at 3:31 p.m. And that pitch comes in for a ball. And it's 1-0 here in this championship game as we turn our field mics back up. And now it's 1 ball, 1 strike here to Oliver Luck. So once again, around the bases here for Hopkins after this pitch. And this one is sent right towards first, and he will step on the bag. It's close, he's safe. It's going to be an infield hit. Did not expect that. A little bit of speed there from Oliver Luck to run that one out. Pretty sure that was going to be a direct ground out, but that turned out to not be the case. And the Stars have a runner on after 2 pitches, and that brings up Easton Rarick, number 2. Luck getting a gradual lead off on first there as Lane will deliver the pitch. Grounded foul down the first base line. That one just snuck behind the first base bag at the last moment. So that's good for strike 1 here to Easton Rarick. Kobe Sen is on deck. So once again, around the bases here for Hopkins. Ryan McGee at first, Cole Byer at second, Jake Perry the shortstop. And Easton Rarick will send this one into the glove of Byer. They'll let the lead runner, Luck, get to second on the 4-3 ground out on Rarick. So 1 down and a runner in scoring position. About the same effect as a sacrifice bunt, you could say. Continuing around the bases, we left off on the shortstop, Jake Perry. You got Brock Zimmer at third, and then Jack Mauser behind the plate catching the pitches of the starting pitcher, Ryder Lane. And the pitch to Kobe Sen, lifted to right field, and it'll drop for a hit. And that puts runners on the corners. Oliver Luck moves into third. And now I think we can finish up your defensive setup here for Hopkins. As we go to the outfield, you got Americo Scalati in left, Jackson View in center, and Paul Safransky out in right field. Colton Almy, the batter. Once again, 1 out, runners on first and third, 3 minutes into the ball game, and a couple of hits already here for the Stars. And the pitch, and this one going to left field. Could that one drop fair? And it can, and it will score 1 run. And it's an RBI double for Kobe Sen that scores. Oliver Luck from third, and the Stars strike first here. They're up 1-0 with 1 out, and runners on second and third. And that brings up Caden Graff. And this one is going out into the glove there of the first baseman. I believe it was a 6-3. I was looking down for a split second, filling out my scorecard on that last play. And another run scores on the RBI ground out by Caden Graff. That leaves a runner alone on third, and it's 2-0 in favor of the Stars. That pitch comes across for a ball. Colton Almy moves into third base now, and Andy Mock, the batter, would take Gustafson on deck. 2 away and 2 up across the plate here for the Stars in the top half of the first. That pitch will float outside, and that'll make the count 2 balls, 1 strike. And the 2-1 delivery towards third and foul. They'll make it 2-2. And this one comes outside. Mock will hold up Almy at third. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on third. Can Ryder Lane get the strikeout and prevent that third run from scoring? Here comes the pitch. That one's going to be lifted up. Might be good for a hit. And that scores Colton Almy. It's an RBI single for Andy Mock as he bloops one into shallow right. And the Stars take a 3-0 lead. And that brings up Tate Gustafson.
Coming to the plate, the catcher, number 3, Tate Gustafson.
3 runs on 4 hits so far. No errors, 6 minutes into the game. Gustafson will take that pitch on the outside edge for a strike. Excellent pitch there by Ryder Lane as he tried to make him chase and was able to catch that outer edge, and he would take the strike as a result. This one lifted up left field, and that is going to be foul.
Hey, don't forget to take those foul balls down to the front gate for a $1 reward.
And I saw on Twitter today that the 11U team from Fargo made the trip down here to watch the Stars. And that one's into right field. It's another base hit. And that puts runners on first and second now, brings up Eli Mock. So Andy Mock to first, Andy Mock to second, Tate Gustafson on first, and Eli Mock the batter now. 2 away in a 3-0 lead here with 2 runners on. And that's the 5th hit of the game here for the Stars. We're still in the top of the first. And that one's going high to left. Charging in, it will drop for another hit. Runners on the corners. No, check that, base is loaded. And the Stars doing damage here on 2 outs. And there's going to be a visit to the mound, and I am not surprised. I don't think Hopkins expected this, especially after a 1-0 game last time these two teams met. And we'll see. It looks to be just a conversation here. As they play some Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. This is an old school song. Turn it down just for a little bit there. As the runners will retake their bases. Ethan Claus the batter. And once again to reset, Andy Mock on third, Tate Gustafson on second, Eli Mock on first. With 2 away and a 3-0 lead for the Stars, a swing of the bat and a base hit could potentially pull in 2 more runs. We'll see if Claus can get that hit. And the pitch will float to the outside for a strike. It's 0-1. And another one that floats to the outside. This time Ryder Lane missed it, and that'll even up the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. This one coming right down the middle. Claus swings and misses. And it's a 1-2 count, and Lane able to sneak that one by Ethan Claus. And if he can do that again, he'll get his team out of a bases-loaded jam. Here's the pitch. He'll reach for it, pop it up. It's going towards right, and it will. Nice catch there by Paul Safransky. And that ends, or wait, hold on a second. Yes, that ends the inning. So 2 left on base, 3 runs on 6 hits, no errors. And Paul Safransky with the nice catch after a rough first inning here for the Flyers. They come up to bat next after the break here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Once again, the top of the first brought to you by the Network Center.
Looking for a new home? Make home happen this summer by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 98% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Magnitude Sports has delivered over 1,000 broadcasts capturing all fourth quarter comebacks, walk-off home runs, buzzer beaters, 62-point volleyball sets, and double overtime victories. The excitement is on Magnitude Sports. Over 150 teams from 5 states and 2 countries have been featured on Magnitude Sports at both the varsity and sub-varsity levels. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and select your alert preference so you never have to miss that big moment from your favorite area sports team. Find us on Facebook and Twitter too. This is the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Magnitude Sports would like to remind you that whether you're watching from home or watching from the stands, to please respect officials. Without high school officials, games are canceled and players lose playing time. Contact your local high school to find out how you can become an official and stay connected to the game you love.
Coming to the dish, the second baseman number 4, Cole Fire for Hopkins.
All right, that's Colton Almy on the mound. He'll get the start here for the Post 400 Stars, and Cole Byer will be the starting leadoff batter here for the Flyers as we move into the bottom of the first 11 minutes into the ball game. The pitch from Almy comes across to Byer for ball 1, and it's 1-0. Around the bases here for the Stars, you got Andy Mock at first, Kobe Sen at second, Easton Rarick the shortstop, and that one's going to sneak by Easton Rarick. It'll be picked up there by Caden Graff. And Hopkins gets their lead runner on just like the Stars did. And that's their first hit of the game. So once again, Easton Rarick, the shortstop, Eli Mock at third base. You got Tate Gustafson catching, Colton Almy on the mound. Then in the outfield, Caden Graff in left, Ethan Claus in right, Oliver Luckman straight away center field. Runner on is Cole Byers, Jack Mauser, the catcher here for the Hopkins Flyers, up to the plate now. And Almy will send it through, and this will be a hopper. Eli Mock over to Andy Mock, and the out is there, and they will allow the lead runner to go to second, just like the Stars, just like the Flyers did for the Stars in the bottom half of the first. So this is being an exact replay of the first top half of this inning with a different team batting, and we'll see how Jake Perry responds. So 5-3 ground out for out number 1, moves Byer up to second. Now here's Jake Perry, who hit a home run in the game against, I believe it was West Fargo. He had that home run to right field. It was the solo shot. And then Brock Zimmer, who's on deck right now, would come up in that game and hit it was a solo shot for Brock Zimmer and a 3-run homer for Jake Perry is what it was. This one will be fouled off, and it's no balls and 2 strikes now here to Jake Perry. Once again, the runner on second is Cole Byer. 3-0 lead for the Stars here on the Sean Carlson Town & Country Credit Union scoreboard. And we'll see if Hopkins can respond, chip away at that lead here in the bottom of the first. And here's a sharply hit ball to Kobe Sen, to Andy Mock for out number 2. Byer advances to third. That brings up Brock Zimmer. So 2 away, and Brock Zimmer.
Your third baseman number 22 for Hopkins, Brock Zimmer.
In this tournament, in the games against Post 400 and West Fargo, he is 3 for 6 at the plate. And that pitch comes across for a strike. Of course, he had that solo shot to left against West Fargo. He had another hit to left, an infield hit, 2 flyouts to right, 1 flyout to left, and reached base on an error on his 7 trips to the plate. And this one, a slow hopper to Sen. Got it there in time. And the Stars take care of Hopkins in 4 batters, and they lead 3-0 here on the Sean Carlson Town & Country Credit Union scoreboard. They'll go to the top of the second brought to you by the Network Center right after this.
You simply click and order. We decorate and deliver. GoPromo is the area's premier provider for easy-to-use online team stores with screen-printed, embroidered, and promotional products. From your computer screen to the bleachers, and from the boardroom to the field, just go promo. Visit justgopromo.com.
While the scoreboard reveals the winner of an athletic contest, the real winners are the players, coaches, and fans who show good sportsmanship. Those who treat the game as a competition, show concern for an injured player, and accept all decisions from game officials. Please remember to be a good sport when attending a high school game. This message courtesy of Magnitude Sports.
All right, there's a good look at Ryder Lane. Well, maybe not a good look. There, now you got a better look at him. And we'll see if the Flyers can
Coming to the plate for Fargo, center fielder number 6, Oliver Locke.
get through the second inning a little bit better than they did the first inning, as for the second time in this game, Ryder Lane will face Oliver Luck to start the inning as the Stars batted 9 in the top half of the first. Luck will see the first pitch go to the outside for a strike. Luck reached on that infield single. That was a very, very close play at first. It was almost a direct ground out to first as this one floats outside. 1 ball, 1 strike as a result. And that one is going to be popped up towards left field. Backpedaling, charging in is left fielder Scolati. And that is 1 down here for the Stars in the top half of the second. So now it'll be up to Easton Rarick. See what he can do his second time around. Once again, no runners on, and the pitch is outside for a ball. 1-0 here to Easton Rarick. And that one's just a little high, and it's 2-0 here to Easton Rarick. Kobe Sen is on deck. Ryder Lane, I have him for 26 pitches now, 18 strikes, 8 balls. 6 of those 18 strikes resulted in hits for the Stars. And this one's lifted up and fouled away. Mike Mason alongside Janice helping us out on scoreboard and graphics. Certainly appreciate her hard work this entire tournament, covering the Patriots and Stars. Now it's a 3-0 count here to, 3-1. 3-1 count to Easton Rarick. And that one will hit the edge, and now the count is full at 3-2. And this one lifted up towards center field. Backpedaling there is Jackson View, and he makes the grab. So that's 2 up, 2 down. And now Kobe Sen will step up to the plate.
Come to the plate, second baseman number 10, Kobe Sen.
And Kobe Sen goes deep to left. And going back is the left fielder at the wall, and it'll bounce off the wall. And Kobe Sen will get a double, and he thought about taking off for third, but he'll stay put on second base. A little bit more velocity and maybe a couple inches higher in elevation. That would have been a solo shot. But now a runner in scoring position here for Colton Almy, who last time he was up for the Stars would knock one out into center field, or left field, excuse me, and he would score Oliver Lott, who was standing on second at the time. So Colton Almy responsible for the first run of the game, as it's 1 ball, no strikes. And this one up the middle, and can you be responsible for the second well, not the second run, but the fourth run, and he will. It'll be an RBI single as Sen comes around from second on the shot up the middle by Colton Almy. And the Stars take a 4-0 lead here in the top of the second with 2 away and a runner on first, and now it's Caden Graff, and something tells me this might be the end of the day for Ryder Lane. We will see as he has the ball in his left hand, and nothing yet. Coach never reached out for the ball, so we'll see here. It looks like he's going to keep things as is defensively here for Hopkins, and just have a quick couple words of encouragement for the Flyers and say, hey, let's get this third out. I'm pretty sure something to that effect was in that conversation. Caden Graff grounded out to the shortstop Jake Perry last time he was at the plate. This pitch, nice curveball breaking over the corner for a strike, 0-1. And this one fouled off into the stands. I believe we got some post 400 fans checking out the far top. Yep, I walked by them in the hall and they smiled at me, and now I don't think they realize they're on camera right now, but even though it kind of looks like they looked at it. And this one right up the middle, and send to first. Did they get it? Yes, they did. So Almy reaches second, but he'll be stranded there on the 6-3 ground out by Caden Graff. His second ground out to short in the game. And that brings up Ryan McGee. The top of the second brought to you by the Network Center. And now the bottom of the second, Ryan McGee, Scolati, and Safransky up to bat when we return.
Hi, it's Dr. Tiffany Johnson from Healing Touch Chiropractic in West Fargo.
What impact I want to make, how my office is different, how my niche is different. It is all about giving people hope and helping them believe that their bodies were made to heal.
Let me show you how your life can change through chiropractic at Healing Touch Chiropractic.
You can capture the moments and memories of this game and all of our past sports broadcasts on DVD. It makes a great gift for a parent, relative, son, or daughter. Please allow 1 to 2 weeks for standard delivery. Place your order now, quickly and easily at msportsnet.com/DVD.
All right, welcome back to the Birdcage here at Sioux Falls Stadium in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Broadcast coverage brought to you by our friend Sean Carlson, mortgage lender at Town and Country Credit Union, the Network Center in Fargo, proudly bringing you the top half of each inning. The Ball Yard in Fargo, Go Promo in West Fargo, ProMark Services in West Fargo, Dr. Tiffany Johnson at Healing Touch Chiropractic, and also Midco Sports. They gave us the permission to broadcast the Stars and Patriots. They have the rights to this tournament, and we are so very happy that they would allow us to continue our coverage of the Stars and Patriots this weekend down here in Sioux Falls at the Central Plains Regional Tournament. As we move into the bottom half of the second, it's Ryan McGee at the plate, and McGee chops this one on a 2-hopper, 3-hopper, sent barehanded, got it there in time. 4-3 ground out, and that's the second 4-3 ground out that just barely made it there on time. That was not an easy field/throw for Colby Sen to make, but he was able to get the job done. And that's one away here for Hopkins, and brings up Scolati, Americo Scolati. He's 1 for 6 in the games with the Stars and Patriots, and looks like he'll be 1 for 7 now as he flies out to Oliver Luck, who's standing in center field. So that's 2 away here for Hopkins in the bottom of the second.
Right fielder number 16, Paul Safransky.
Safransky, 1 for 3, reached base on an error, ground out to the pitcher, ground out to the shortstop, and then he had a hit to left field in the games that we had for you here on Magnitude Sports from this tournament against the Stars and Patriots. Pitch floats to the outside. And it's going to be 1 ball, no strike here to Safransky. I think it should be 2 balls, but they haven't put the second ball up on the scoreboard yet. There's a strike, so it's at least 1-1. And yep, the official did indeed is showing 2-1, so it should be 2-1 on the scoreboard. Swing and a miss, and now it's 2-2. Maybe that second ball button isn't stopped working. I don't know. And that's a hard hit ball. Rarick picks it up, fires it over, got the strike into the glove of Andy Mock. And it is the longest 6-3 ground out of the season. The Stars tack on 1 more. They take a 4-0 lead into the top of the 3rd. When we return after this, top of the 3rd, brought to you by the Network Center.
You can capture the moments and memories of this game and all of our past sports broadcasts on DVD. It makes a great gift for a parent, relative, son, or daughter. Please allow 1 to 2 weeks for standard delivery. Place your order now, quickly and easily at msportsnet.com/DVD.
All right, have some Hopkins fans chilling out at the picnic table just off the deep part of left field there, and enjoying this game. Maybe would be enjoying it a little bit more if the score wasn't the current score of 4-0 at the moment. But it's certainly a nice and cool day outside there, as we are currently here in Sioux Falls, sitting under a cloudy sky and 82 degrees. We should remain at about 82, maybe sneak up to 84 by the time this game concludes here. So we'll see. Doesn't look like there's any shot for rain or storms in the forecast. As Ryder Lane continue, I think it's still, do we have a new pitcher? We might. Number 4, yep, we have a new, that's Cole Byer, who's coming onto the mound here to take over the pitching for Hopkins. So that means we have a new second baseman as well. Let's see if we can find out who that is. Oh, and wait, maybe we don't. Maybe I misread, I misread the jersey number. It's actually number 1 pitching, and that is Brandon Johnson. So no other changes defensively. Here's Johnson's first pitch, is just a little low, missed the strike zone. Ball 1 to Andy Mock, who singled out into right field last time he was at the plate. And that pitch will drop in a little bit low, and it's 2 balls and no strikes here to Andy Mock. And that one's outside, and it's 3 balls and no strikes. So I'm not too familiar with the depth at the pitching position here for Hopkins, but one thing I can tell you here is if Colton Almy, for whatever reason, comes out later, they have Kobe Sen available to pitch. And Kobe's the one who got the win against Hopkins on that 1-0 victory back on day 1 of this tournament when these two teams met up. Kobe was pitching then, so his days of rest have expired. And this one lifted to right field, and he'll make the... Did he make the catch? Yes, he did. Got caught behind that black post there, and I couldn't quite see. But he did make the catch, so Mock will fly out for the first out.
Coming to the plate for catcher number 3, Tate Gustafson.
And that brings up Tate Gustafson now. Well, don't count the Flyers out just yet. This game could turn around at any moment. And the pitch. And that one's going to be fouled off towards the Hopkins fans in left field. Johnson delivers outside, and it's a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike to Gustafson. He singled into right field last time he was at the plate. Once again, the Stars batted 9 in the top of the first inning. Plated 3 of their 4 runs in that inning as well. So far, they have scored in every frame. Here's a 4-3 ground out. That was close. 4-3 ground out, and that'll put 2 outs on the board. And now Eli Mock, who singled down the left field line to drive in a couple of runs last time he was at the plate, will step up to the plate once again here in the top of the third with 2 away. And we'll see if the Stars have more 2-out magic in them, as they scored their run in the top of the second with 2 outs. That pitch didn't even, Mauser wasn't even, I don't know if he wasn't ready for that or what happened there. I'm pretty sure Mauser could have got that had he extended his arm out to the right, but he'll recover and get the strike on the follow-up to that one that may have gotten away from Johnson. In 4 years, I've never seen a pitch like that. And that's not saying anything disrespectful. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Johnson, 10 pitches, 5 balls, 5 strikes, according to my numbers. And the 1-2. And that one will just miss, and it's now 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, no runners on. Ethan Claus on deck if Mott can reach base. And the 2-2 to Eli. And he'll smash it foul off the lower barrel of the bat, and it'll remain 2-2. And the 2-2. Missed it again. Ball 3, and it's a full count now, and we'll see if Johnson can end this inning on this pitch. Once again, the top half of the inning brought to you by the Network Center in Fargo. And here's the 3-2. The payoff is low, and it's walked. Eli Mock will walk the line, and that brings up Ethan Claus. Batter 9 in the lineup here for the Stars.
Coming to the plate, right field number 15, Ethan Claus.
And they'll show bunt. Nice bunt down the third base line, and it might be an infield hit, and it is. And there's 2 runners on here for the Stars with 2 outs, and that brings us back to the top of the order, Oliver Luck. That was a perfectly hit bunt down that third base line. I don't think Hopkins was expecting a bunt. Third baseman played back at the normal position of third base instead of coming up that line, and then he would square up, bunt it down that third base side, put it in a spot where it was equal running distance for third base pitcher and catcher to get to it. He's able to get to first. That moves Eli Mock up to second, and now we return to the top of the order here with Oliver Luck. And the pitch is low for a ball, 1-0. Luck 1 for 2. Singled on an infield hit his first time, flied out to left last time he was at the plate. So he makes his 3rd trip to the plate in this game. And that pitch comes right in for strike 1. That was the slow ball version of a fastball down the middle. 41 miles per hour on that pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. And this one, to right, and it will drop for a hit. Slipping around first there is Luck, but coming home to score is Eli Mock from second. Ethan Claus moves into third, and it's Nor 2-out bingo here for the Stars as they add another run, and it's now 5-0 on the RBI single to right center. Scores Eli Mott, moves Ethan Claus to third, puts runners on the corners with 2 away here for Easton Rarick, who's 0 for 2. Ground out to second and a fly out to center field. And the Stars continuing to pour it on here with 2 outs as they've just made their 10th hit of the game now. That pitch comes in for a strike to Easton Rarick. Once again, number 2 is 0 for 2. And that will miss outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kobe Sen is on deck if Rarick can reach base. And that would potentially load the bases depending on how he reaches base, if he reaches base. And the pitch. And he'll wave his runners to hold up as that one will come in for ball number 2. It should be 2-1. Scoreboard shows 1-1. There we go. Now they show 2-1. Ethan Claus on third. Oliver locked on first. And outside, ball 3. And Hopkins, if they can't get that third out before the 6th run is scored, they're going to be in a little bit of trouble here. I mean, there's still some baseball to play, but a six-run deficit's not the smallest hill to climb. And it looks like he lost his footing on that pitch and somehow still got the strike in there, and it's a full count now at 3-2. Even though he slipped, he got the strike, and that could go into the commentary section of a nice pitch there by Brandon Johnson, even though it probably wasn't as nice as he'd want it to be. This one's going to be popped up. Chasing after it is Mauser. He'll watch it go out, and it will bounce back and forth and stay out of the field of play there. And which youngster is going to get? No, looks like they're going to keep it as a souvenir. So far, none of the fouled balls have gone over towards that first base side. I know we have a bunch of Post 400 fans here between the ages of 8 and 12 years old who would love to get one and get $1 in their pocket. And he'll walk them. That loads the bases for Kobe Sen. And Sen now a triple and home run shy of the cycle here, and we're only in the top of the 3rd with 2 outs. He has a single and a double. The single to right, the double to deep left.
Coming to the plate, second baseman number 10, Kobe Sen.
That'll push Colton Almy into the on-deck circle. Colton Almy's been to the plate twice. He's drove in 2 runs. Let me rephrase that. He's drove in a run or more. Let me try that one more time. 3rd time's the charm. He's got an RBI on every plate appearance in this game so far, and now he's on deck. Pitch comes across for a strike. And then it's 1 ball, 1 strike. So it took me 2 pitches to figure out how to say what I was going to say. And this one fouled off 3rd base side. Popped off the fence and then rolled back into the outfield. And Hopkins is now sending some players to the dugout, or to the bullpen, I meant to say. Let's see if we can see who's in the bullpen. $10 and $20. Pitch is outside. Looks like Noah Otmar, if I got the correct jersey number, is warming up in the bullpen here for Hopkins. This one grounded out towards short. To second, that's all they needed. The inning's over. Run will not score. They leave 3 runners on as Kobe Sen bats into a fielder's choice. but they plate one more, and they now lead 5-0 as we move into the bottom half of the third here on Magnitude Sports after the break.
Looking for a new home? Make home happen this summer by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 98% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Magnitude Sports would like to remind you that whether you're watching from home or watching from the stands, to please respect officials. Without high school officials, games are canceled and players lose playing time. Contact your local high school to find out how you can become an official and stay connected to the game you love.
All right, welcome back to the Birdcage here at Sioux Falls Stadium in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Home of the Sioux Falls Canaries of the American Association Baseball League. I've been here as a fan to watch the FM Redhawks, but it's been an absolute pleasure to broadcast games from high above home plate here at the Birdcage. And that gives you an idea of just how high above we are. And that gives you an idea of how awesome our cameras can get you into the action. As the pitch comes across for a strike, the batter's Charlie Schaefer. As Hopkins brings up batters 8, 9, and 1 in the bottom half of the third. And the pitch from Almy will be outside for a ball. That'll level things up at 1 apiece. 41 minutes into the ball game. And the 1-1 delivery. Now miss for a ball, and it's 2-1. Jim, you're very welcome. I appreciate the kind words over the last couple weeks. I know you've watched many games, and we certainly appreciate you watching. Rarick will scoop it up, fires it over, got there in time, 6-3. That's the second hard throw out that Rarick's had to make in this game. I believe in back-to-back innings. As last time, in the last inning, Rarick had to take a couple steps into the outfield to field it, and then he would fire it over to first and get it there in time for the ground out. Here's Jackson View now. And the pitch. View, another grounder towards short. Eli Mock will let it go, fires over, that's a close one, out. So 2 away, and now it's up to Cole Byer to try and keep this inning going here. Want to say thanks to the tournament staff here for supplying us with free food and beverages over the course of the weekend. We certainly appreciate their hospitality here at the Birdcage. As the pitch comes in for a strike, had some pizza earlier today when we first got here. All sorts of beverages available. We had McDonald's one day. That was thanks to the Graphs of Post 400 feeding us breakfast. That was the day that the Stars and Sioux Falls East game was suspended at the end of the third due to weather, and then they would eventually resume the game at 9 o'clock that next morning. But it was actually scheduled to be resumed at 9. Didn't get started till a little bit after 10 o'clock. Actually, I think it was a little bit before 10 o'clock, actually, to be fair and honest. So I was joking. I was like, yeah, we could have got some breakfast. And he left, went to the nearest McDonald's, came back with some sausage McMuffins and a burrito. So certainly appreciate that. It was not needed, but he's like, hey, whatever I can do for you guys, I'll do it. I'm like, awesome. 3 balls and a strike. And now the count is full here to Byer. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the windup and the payoff pitch. A little bit high, and Byer gets on base with the walk. That brings up the catcher, Jack Mauser. Mauser 0 for 1, grounded out to the Mock-to-Mock connection. Eli to Andy at third base on the 5-3. And this pitch is a little bit outside. Good for ball 1. Jake Perry is on deck here for Hopkins. 2 away and a runner on. 45 minutes into the ball game here. As Almy stares down Byer at first and now delivers. High for a ball, 2-0. Broadcast coverage brought to you by the Network Center in Fargo, Ballyard in Fargo, Go Promo in West Fargo, Dr. Tiffany Johnson at Healing Touch Chiropractic, ProMark Services, Sean Carlson, mortgage lender at Town and Country Credit Union, and a big thanks to Midco Sports for allowing us to cover the Stars and Patriots this weekend here at the Central Plains Regional Tournament. West Fargo Patriots going 1-2 in the tournament. Not the result that I'm sure they were looking for, but they are an excellent team, and don't be one bit surprised if you don't see them in this tournament next year. Three balls, 1 strike. And the 3-1. Right towards Easton Rarick. To second, that's all they needed. The force out on Byer. Mauser will reach on a fielder's choice. 6-4 on the throw out at second. And that brings us to the top of the 4th. Brought to you by the Network Center, and the Stars will bring up 4, 5, and 6. Colton Almy, Caden Graff, Andy Mock when we return after this.
You simply click and order. We decorate and deliver. Go Promo is the area's premier provider for easy-to-use online team stores with screen-printed, embroidered, and promotional products. From your computer screen to the bleachers, and from the boardroom to the field, just Go Promo. Visit justgopromo.com.
While the scoreboard reveals the winner of an athletic contest, the real winners are the players, coaches, and fans who show good sportsmanship. Those who treat the game as a competition, show concern for an injured player, and accept all decisions from game officials. Please remember to be a good sport when attending a high school game. This message courtesy of Magnitude Sports.
All right, back to action here at the Birdcage in Sioux Falls. Brendan Johnson, who came in the second inning of play here for the Hopkins Flyers, has given up only 2 of the 5 runs so far, as the Stars have scored in every frame thus far. 3 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third. And the runs in the second and third both came on 2 outs. Colton Almy, Caden Graff, Andy Mock, middle of the order batters 4, 5, and 6. Amy's 2 for 2, an RBI double to left and an RBI single to left center on his 2 trips to the plate. I think since we have some time, let's take a look here. Almy has batted in 2 runs. A 1-run RBI double to left and a 1-run RBI single to left center, according to the scorecard. Top of the 4th, brought to you by the Network Center in Fargo. And the pitch. And that one hits the corner for a strike. Nice job there by Brandon Johnson on the mound there for the Hopkins Flyers. As we're almost to the 50-minute mark of this ball game here. 10 hits for the Stars. They've plated 5 runs on those 10 hits. This one's chopped foul. That'll be good for strike number 2 here for Colton Almy. Caden Graff on deck. Brandon Johnson, his next pitch will be pitch number 30 according to my numbers unofficially. And the pitch. And Almy towards short. Picked up there by Perry. He fires it over, but he runs it out. It's another infield hit for the Stars. Their third one of the game.
Coming to the plate, left fielder number 11, Caden Graff.
All right, Caden Graff 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice to Jake Perry, the shortstop. And we'll see if he repeats that on this at-bat or not. This time he has a runner on with nobody out. He's going to look for that bunt down the first base line, and it eventually rolls foul for a strike. 0-1. So Almy will make the long trip back from second to first, about 90 feet and 5 inches, as I think he was about a half a foot over the bag when he turned around. And he's going to square it for a bunt again. He pulls it back as the pitch drops low and out for a ball, 1-1. And then a misfire by Mauser back to the pitcher, and they had to scramble to make sure that Almy didn't take off for second. No errors in the game, knock on wood. If you're a Hopkins fan, I don't have any wood nearby, so you're going to have to do it on my behalf. And here's another one up the first base line, and now we'll roll foul for strike 2, and that'll be the end of the bunting opportunities here for Caden Graff. It's going to be a full swing or nothing here on a 1-2 count. Once again, nobody out. On deck is Andy Mock. On base is Colton Almy. The batter once again, Caden Graff. 0 for 2, 2 ground outs to short. As Johnson leans in, gets a signal from Mauser, checks first base, winds and deals. And he will bunt on a 2-strike count, and that should be an out. Wow. I think that's the first time I've seen any player on any team bunt on a 2-strike count. So that goes into the books as out number 1. And now Andy Mock gets hit by a pitch. Well, that might be the last time I say that takes care of the bunt opportunities. But like I said, I've never seen a batter bunt on 2 strikes. And when you bunt on 2 strikes, if it rolls foul, it's an automatic out. See something new every day here on Magnitude Sports. So first and second, Gustafson the batter now, as it's 1 ball, no strike here to Gustafson. And now it's 2 balls and no strikes. Gustafson 1 for 2. He would single out into right field. He would ground out to the second baseman, Cole Byer, on his most recent trip to the plate. Colton Almy on second, Andy Mock on first. 1 away here and a 5-0 lead for the Stars on the Sean Carlson Town and Country Credit Union scoreboard as the pitch comes up high for a ball. And now the count's 3-0, and you'll have a free base or a free strike coming up here. And we'll see if Johnson will cash in his free strike voucher or not. Probably send this right down the middle, and he will hit the corner. So he will get the free strike, and now it's 3-1. Eli Mock on deck. And Gustafson hits it out towards Byer at second. Flip to second, now back to first. Safe at first, so 2 outs and runners on the corners. As they get the force out on Andy Mock, Colton Almy moves to third. Gustafson on with a fielder's choice.
Number 35, third baseman Elias.
So with 2 outs, runners on the corners, it's Eli Mock, and now Mauser's going to take, well, maybe he won't. Looked like he was going to take a trip up to the mound to chat with Johnson, but he might have changed his mind. 5-0, 55 minutes into the ball game, and the pitch comes in below the knees, ball one. And that pitch is outside, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. And a swing and a miss by Mock makes it 2-1. He was looking to send that to possibly left field or at least left center if he would have made contact on it. And the 2-1 outside, 3 balls and a strike. I looked down into left field. They had somebody warming up earlier, but they don't have anybody in the bullpen warming up at the moment. Gustafson will get a slight lead off. Almy not so much on third in the 3-1 pitch. Let's lift it high, right field. Chasing after it and watching it go foul. As you got some calm Post 400 fans in the stands right now. As they always say, it ain't over until it's over. And that one hits him, and that will load the bases up here for Ethan Claus, the 9-hole batter for the Stars. So to reset, Tate Gustafson on third, Eli Mock on second, Ethan Claus on first. Umpire will dust the sand off the plate, and they'll bring up the top of the order. Oliver Luck, infield hit, a fly out to left, and then he would single up the middle to score a run. I believe he scored a run. Let me look. Yes. He would get an RBI single right up the middle last time he was at the plate. 5 runs on 11 hits so far in this game. Post 400's left 7 on base. Hopkins has left 2 on base up to this point in the contest. And this one, chopped foul down the third base side. Good for strike 1. 0-1 here to Oliver Luck. Oliver Luck started this season with Post 400, but not on the Stars. And he would eventually be moved to the Stars, and then he'd eventually move to the leadoff batter's position in the lineup. And the pitch inside for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. That pitch coming across the plate at 37 miles per hour. And this one hit, and it'll be scooped up there by the shortstop. He'll step on the bag at second. That'll prevent the run from scoring from third. And that will bring us to a close here in the top of the 4th. Brought to you by the Network Center. The middle of 4th is up next. We're going to return after this.
While the scoreboard reveals the winner of an athletic contest, the real winners are the players, coaches, and fans who show good sportsmanship. Those who treat the game as a competition, show concern for an injured player, and accept all decisions from game officials. Please remember to be a good sport when attending a high school game. This message courtesy of Magnitude Sports.
All right, welcome back to the Birdcage. Halfway home as we move to the bottom of the 4th. And the Stars have a 5-0 lead here. Got to fix something on my scorecard here. Give me a second. Top of the fourth was the only inning so far this game where the Stars did not play to run, but they did have a runner on third in the top of the fourth, and Oliver Luck would bat into a fielder's choice that would end the inning. And now it's Jake Perry, Brock Zimmer, Ryan McGee. Perry and Zimmer have 2 home runs in this tournament, and that one's sent up high, left, and foul. Jake Perry getting that 3-run blast to right when they played the West Fargo Patriots. The on-deck man, Brock Zimmer, would follow it up in the very next pitch with a home run to left field. A solo shot, and that'd give them 4 runs right away, and it'd be a lead that they would not be able, or that the West Fargo Patriots would not be able to catch up to. They would fall in that game by the score of 7-5 as Hopkins would pick up the win. And the pitch from Almy is outside for a ball to Jake Perry, who grounded out to Kobe Sen, the second baseman, last time he was at the plate. As we cross the 1 hour mark of the ball game now, 1 hour, 1 minute. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch. And this one up the middle might land for a base hit, and it will. Chasing after it is Oliver Luck. He will fire it in towards the shortstop position. It's picked up by Kobe Sen, and Jake Perry's on with a leadoff double, and that's a good start here for Hopkins in the bottom of the 4th.
Now batting third baseman number 22, Brock Zimmer.
Looks like, did we have a courtesy runner? No, we did not. I thought I saw a different jersey number on that. Brock Zimmer, the batter, now 0 for 1, grounded out to the second baseman, Kobe Sen. And the pitch, and this one heading towards third. Mock will pick it up, look at second, fire over to first. The Mock-to-Mock connection holds the runner at 2B and gets Zimmer out on the 5-3 ground out. That brings up Ryan McGee. Sometimes all it takes is a look at the runner and some smart play there by Eli Mock, the third baseman for the Stars. And this one, we're going to lift it up into foul territory, and it'll go out of play. So no balls and 1 strike to Ryan McGee. And this one past the diving Andy Mock into right field. And that's back-to-back hits that puts runners on the corners as Jake Perry moves up to third. And Hopkins looking to strike here with 1 out. They'll bring up Americo Scolati, who flied out to Oliver Luck in center field with 1 out. If he flies out deep enough, that could put Hopkins on the board with a sac fly. We'll see what kind of pitching signals Gustafson gives to Almy here with runners on the corners and right down the middle for a strike. Snuck it by Scolati, who didn't want to swing at that one, and it cost him. Those pitches down the middle, usually you swing at them because if you make contact, it could be a hit. If you miss, it's going to be the exact same result as if you didn't swing at all. So, and now 1 to the outside, catches Scolati chasing, and it's 0-2. Almy staring down McGee on first, sets, and delivers. Just a little high. Ball one. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count now here. That last pitch coming across at 67 miles per hour off the arm of Colton Almy. If you're ever wondering what the pitch speed is, and I don't say it, just look beneath the ball strike area on the scoreboard out in right center field, and after every pitch, a number will pop up. They got the radar gun behind home plate, and that'll drop for a hit. Now the throw to, I'm not sure where he was throwing that to, possibly third. It will be an RBI single for Scolati. Thought for a moment he was going to try and throw it home, and that was not the end result of that play whatsoever. And it's 5-1 now, as the Hopkins Flyers, with their 4th hit of the game, get on the board. And this one lifted up high left center field. And it goes over the head of Oliver Lucht. Coming in, let's see, did he? He did make the catch. Holy cow, I thought it went over his head. Wow, what a play. I was zooming the camera thinking a run was going to score, and Safransky instead will fly out to deep left center, and that brings up Charlie Schaefer. Runners will stay put at first and second. The pitch comes across as ball one here. 76-mile-per-hour pitch to Schaefer, who grounded out to Easton Rarick on that very long 6-3 throwout. That's the one Rarick had to take a couple steps into the outfield. This one, a little pop-up, and that goes right into the glove of Ethan Claus, and that ends the inning. Hopkins gets one across, but they leave a couple stranded, and now it's 5-1 here on the Sean Carlson Town & Country Credit Union scoreboard. And the top of the 5th, brought to you by the Network Center, is up after the break.
Hi, it's Dr. Tiffany Johnson from Healing Touch Chiropractic in West Fargo.
What impact I want to make, how my office is different, how my niche is different. It is all about giving people hope and helping them believe that their bodies were made to heal.
Let me show you how your life can change through chiropractic at Healing Touch Chiropractic.
You can capture the moments and memories of this game and all of our past sports broadcasts on DVD. It makes a great gift for a parent, relative, son, or daughter. Please allow 1 to 2 weeks for standard delivery. Place your order now, quickly and easily at msportsnet.com/DVD.
All right, welcome back. Johnson Mauser getting ready to go here in the top half of the 5th, brought to you by the Network Center. The Stars will bring up batters 2, 3, and 4. Easton Rarick, Kobe Sen, Colton Almy, and Brandon Johnson, according to my numbers, will toss pitch 52 to start this inning. An hour and 8 minutes into the ball game. Johnson on 51 pitches, 26 balls and 25 strikes, according to my numbers. And they, once again, Hopkins did have somebody warming up in the bullpen earlier, but I have not seen them out there in the top half of the 4th or the top half of the 5th. So that would suggest that they're comfortable here with Brandon Johnson at the moment. And we'll see if Brandon Johnson can keep that trust level going. We'll zoom out a little bit there. Sorry about that. And the pitch will come in low for a ball. Easton Rarick 0 for 2. Grounded out to the second baseman. Fly out to center. Last time he was at the plate, he would walk. And that pitch is low. I believe it's 2 balls, no strikes. Yes, it is. The scoreboard now agrees with me. And that one will drop in for a ball, and it's 3 balls, no strikes. And that one right down the middle, and Johnson will cash in his free strike voucher. And that one, did it hit him? It did. Rarick reaches base via hit by a pitch. And now the coaching staff is coming out to the mound here as their team is down 4, and they've just put a runner on with nobody out. And we've seen what the Stars have been able to do with runners on base, and that's the end of the day for Johnson. 1 hour, 10 minutes. Johnson pitches 5 innings, 56 pitches, 26 strikes, 30 balls. And looks like coming in to replace him here is, let's take a look at the roster. It's Will Tomanek, I think is how they told me to pronounce it back on Thursday when I asked. So Tomanek will get some warm-up tosses. If I'm getting that wrong, Hopkins fans, feel free to chime in on the chat and let me know. Give me a little guide of direction there, and I'll make sure to make the note and pass it along. We'll be back in a moment here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level of my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands. We are all better when we show respect for others and practice good sportsmanship. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the lights on the playing field, the stage, or the gym floor dim, you'll always have pride in yourself.
All right, welcome back. Will Tomanek is on the mound pitching here. He takes over in the top of the 5th. Brandon Johnson will be responsible for Easton Rarick, the runner on first, should he come around and score before we can close the book on Brandon Johnson, as Mauser will come up and have a quick few words here to get Tomanek going. And like I said, it's pronounced Tomanek. Thank you, David. I was just about to say, if I was getting that wrong, to shoot me a guide, and I would make that correction. So thank you, David, for chiming in. I certainly appreciate that. Will Tomanek on the mound here in the top of the 5th. And showing bunt. Bunts it right back. Let's see, up to first. Got it there in time as Mauser was able to pick it up off a couple hops and fire it up to the glove of McGee for the out.
Now batting, second base number 10, Kobe Sen.
This is Kobe Sen. My apologies. It was actually Oliver Lucht who's on first base. I somehow skipped a batter. And that pitch coming for a strike. I can tell you for sure this is Kobe Sen on at the plate. Once again, thanks for the heads up on that. I've been known to do that on occasion. 1 away. No balls, 2 strikes. And now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Stars have that runner on second in scoring position here, and Sen's going to try and bat him in, and it gets deflected down by Jake Perry, and the ball takes a backspin and goes behind him. So the good news is it's 5-1, because even though the bad news is that the ball went the opposite direction, there wasn't much he could do after that. Because of that, they will hold the runner at third, and that puts runners on the corners with 1 out now here for the Stars. So that'll go into the books as hit number 12 for the Stars, and that brings up Colton Almy now. And Almy into left field. They'll score Oliver Luck from third. It's now 6-1 in favor of the Stars. It's an RBI single here for Colton Almy. That brings up Caden Graff. And the pitch comes in for a strike. And this one hit towards center. Backpedaling is the shortstop, Perry. He lost it, and it drops for a hit. Taken off for third. The throw is not in time. And that will load the bases here for the post 400 Stars with one out. And it brings up Andy Mock. I believe that'll be, will they charge it as an error?
Number 18, first baseman Andrew Mock.
No, it doesn't look like it. Going to the books is, I guess, maybe a fielder's choice, but and that one is going to left field. It is gone. It is a grand slam. Andy Mock takes it to left, and he will touch them all. That is the only grand slam of the tournament so far, and Andy Mock comes up big here for the post 400 Stars. As it's now 10-1. That one's popped up, and maybe a chance here for Mauser. He'll make the catch, and that's 2 out. So Gustafson pops out. And now Eli Mock, Andy's brother, steps up to the plate and see if he can duplicate his brother's performance or not. And that one into the dirt, pops away like a piece of popcorn. 1 ball, no strike. Eli Mock 1 for 1, single, a walk, and a walk. And it's 10-1 here in the top of the 5th. No balls, 1 strike. Or, no, it should be a ball. They put a strike on the scoreboard, but it should be a ball. Won't matter. Up the middle, and it's a hit. That is the 16th hit of the game here for the Stars, and Eli Mock is on with a single up the middle.
Come to the plate, right field number 15, Ethan Claus.
Ethan Claus. David, I appreciate the compliments. I know the scoreboard isn't what you were hoping it would be, but I'm certainly glad that you're enjoying the broadcast. And a barehanded throw over to first. Can't get it there in time. Infield hit for Ethan Claus. That's hit 17 of the game. I can't remember the last time these Stars have had 20 hits in the game. I think it came last year in a home game against Jamestown, post 14, that inning when they scored 16 runs in the bottom of the 4th, I believe it was. I think that was the last time the Stars had 20 hits in a game. And they might have hit 18 here. This one's going back, and they will not. Paul Safransky will glove it down, and that will put an end to a unwanted inning here for the Hopkins Flyers. Andy Mock with the grand slam accounts for 4 of the 5 here in the top of the 5th. And the Post 400 Stars lead by 9, and the Flyers are running out of time. They need to respond quick. We'll see if they can do that after the break here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Looking for a new home? Make home happen this summer by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 98% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
You can capture the moments and memories of this game and all of our past sports broadcasts on DVD. It makes a great gift for a parent, relative, son, or daughter. Please allow 1 to 2 weeks for standard delivery. Place your order now, quickly and easily at msportsnet.com/DVD.
Well, you got some happy Stars fans right now as we move into the bottom half of the fifth. As they announce the raffle ticket winner right now. They always, in the bottom of the fifth, they always do the 7th inning stretch. But in a 7th inning game, I guess that comes in the bottom of the fifth. And I think we have a local who just won the raffle, the 50-50. That's Mr. Graff. Congratulations, Mr. Graff. I'm not sure how much money he won on that 50-50 raffle, but awesome. Couldn't get any better for the Stars. That one looked like it was going to be high, but Andy Mock able to reach up, and the Mock-to-Mock connection does it again on a 5-3 ground out. And that sends Jackson View back to the dugout and brings up the top of the order, Cole Byer. Pitch comes in for a strike. Cole Byers 1 for 1. He would single out into left field. Last time he was up, he would walk. An hour and 22 minutes into the broadcast here. And he'll send that one high to right field. Will it stay fair? It will not. It will bounce all the way over there to those empty chairs. And this one is going to go to about that exact same spot. In fact, that one bounces all the way up into the upper level on the first base side. And now some Post 400 fans will get that $1 that they came down here. One, they were coming down here. That's the 11U team from Fargo. They came down here, 1, to cheer on the Stars, and 2, to try and make some money chasing down foul balls. They haven't had a huge opportunity to make a lot of cash on the second goal, but they've had some success on that first goal up to this point. But it's still not over. Can Hopkins make a comeback and make this thing interesting? We'll see. 1 ball, 2 strikes. They're certainly a good team. They certainly have the capability to put 10-plus runs on the board. They've done it several times this season, even once, or has it been twice in this tournament? I know it's been once in this tournament. Oh, and then, yeah, it has been twice because they got 10 on the board in the game right before this. Rarick will field it. He'll fire it over, and the out is made, and that's 2 down.
After this, catcher number 19, Jack Foster.
Well, for those of you who watched the game yesterday between the Stars and De Pere, it just was a bad day for the Stars apparently, and because they have rebounded from that loss. They have bounced back very nicely at this point. Pitch will come in low. That makes it 2 balls and no strikes here. I believe it's Jack Mauser. I'll make sure I don't fall behind a batter. Yes, it is Jack Mauser. See if he can keep the inning going here with 2 away. And the pitch. Swing and tapped it foul. He'll come 2 and... Excuse me, got the hiccups there. 2-1 the count. And right up the middle, ouch. Hopefully he is okay. That's going to be a base hit. Colton Almy looks like it hit him in the stomach. And that's just the unfortunate of playing the position of pitcher when those hits come right up the middle. Coach Fichtner, medical staff will come out and treat him. We will take a timeout and we'll be back. And if Almy can't continue, it'll more than likely be Kobe Sen, the new pitcher. But we'll tell you more. We're hoping that he's okay when we come back.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level in my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands. We are all better when we show respect for others and practice good sportsmanship. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the lights on the playing field, the stage, or the gym floor dim, you'll always have pride in yourself.
All right, well, the good news is he was able to hop up. But, man, I can imagine that had to hurt. There's got to be a bruise when he takes a shower this evening. He'll probably have a big black and blue mark there on his stomach. But they're going to allow him a few warm-up pitches to make sure that he can continue and that it looks like he's not in any pain tossing the pitches. So that's a good thing. I think he just gave a thumbs up to the home plate umpire. And now Jake Perry. So we do have a runner on first.
Number 9, shortstop, Jake Perry.
With 2 outs. So glad that he's okay. Man, that looked like he was coming out of the game when it happened. And this one fouled off down the first base side for a ball, or for a strike, excuse me. You know, we've seen a lot of those right up the middle hits, and 9 times out of 10, the pitcher can react in the nick of time, but then there's that 10th time out of 10 where it just doesn't work out in the pitcher's favor. And thankfully, Colton Almy is okay. And this one fouled back, and I had to flinch a little bit. I wasn't sure if that was going to make it into my window or not. The Midco cameraman who's standing right in front of me had that baseball miss his camera by about a half an inch. And this one into right field for a base hit. That'll move Mauser up to second. Jake Perry's on base now with a single. Actually moved Mauser over to third. So first and third. Looks like some new baseballs being brought out there by Coach Fichtner of the Stars. And this one hit hard, shot foul, third base side, good for a strike. The batter's Brock Zimmer, 0 for 2. Grounded out to second base, and then he grounded out to third base on his 2 trips to the plate so far today. And a strike is tossed, and it's 0-2. Although the scoreboard says 2-0, I'm pretty sure he called that a strike. And that one's hit up high, left field, and drifting back is the third baseman right to the wall. Couldn't make the catch. A for effort on that one for Eli Mock. And had that wall been another foot to the left, that may have been out number 3. That one smacked up, and that could be a chance for Almy to make the grab, and that will end the 5th inning. Almy will drop it there at the mound, and the Stars are 9 runs up and 6 outs away from potentially a trip to Shelby, North Carolina. But still a couple innings to go, and the Flyers have some talent to make a comeback. The Stars are up next, though, in the Network Center, top of the 6th after this.
You simply click and order. We decorate and deliver. GoPromo is the area's premier provider for easy-to-use online team stores with screen-printed, embroidered, and promotional products. From your computer screen to the bleachers, and from the boardroom to the field, just go promo. Visit justgopromo.com.
You can capture the moments and memories of this game and all of our past sports broadcasts on DVD. It makes a great gift for a parent, relative, son, or daughter. Please allow 1 to 2 weeks for standard delivery. Place your order now, quickly and easily at msportsnet.com/DVD.
All right, welcome back to the Birdcage here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. We are heading to the Network Center, top of the 6th. And the Post 400 Stars have a 10-1 lead here over the Hopkins Flyers. Keep this in mind. Should the Stars score 1, and then the Hopkins Flyers not score in the bottom half of the 6th, that would end the game via the 10-run rule. Now, hopefully we'll get a whole 7 out of this, and we'll see if the Flyers can get a few runs on the board. But win or lose here for Hopkins, they've had an outstanding season. Runners-up in the Minnesota State tournament, fallen to Osseo. Osseo played 2 and were 2 and done in the Central Plains Regional. West Fargo was the 2nd state champion to get eliminated. And then Renner was the South Dakota champion that Hopkins eliminated yesterday, and then Hopkins eliminated the Wisconsin champion in the game right before this one. And a hard hit ball down the right field line and fair. Easton Rarick will continue beyond first, and he will make the trip into second base, and he's on with a leadoff double. He was 0 for 2, ground out, fly out, walk, and hit by a pitch. And now he gets the double, and he's 1 for 3.
Kobe Sen at the dish.
And now Kobe Sen at the plate. One hour, 34 minutes, time of the ball game so far. That is the 18th hit of the game. And that one hit to left, and had it stayed fair, it probably would have been an RBI double, if not an RBI triple. Oh, and 1 the count. And the pitch. Low for a ball, 1-1. And Sen checks his swing. It fouls off the upper portion of the handle of the bat. Good for 1 ball, 2 strikes. So that pitch hit the bat at 73 miles per hour. And Sen goes to right field. And he'll drop for a hit. Rounding third is Easton Rarick. He scores, and it's 11-1. It's an RBI single for Kobe Sen. And that will put the 10-run rule into effect. Hopkins will get to play in the bottom of the 6th. But if they're not able to reduce it to 9 or less on the deficit, that would put the 10-run rule into effect. And this game will end in the 6th inning if Hopkins doesn't score in the bottom of the 6th. Pitch comes inside for a ball. Colton Almy has had a great day today. 4 for 4 with a double and 3 singles, all of them to left field. That first single is more towards left center. This one floats inside for ball 2. Tomonic on the mound once again, came in a couple innings ago in relief for Johnson. And that pitch is inside, and now it's 3 balls and 1 strike to Colton Almy. Once again, 4 for 4 with a double and 3 singles. And Almy second to short, back to first, safe at first. So Almy's on base with an infield with a fielder's choice. Easton Rarick scores. It's now 12-1. Wait, 11-1. 11-1. Getting a run ahead of myself here. And that ball will get away, and now Almy moves up to second on the wild pitch. And it's just not looking good for Hopkins right now. And that one hits the strike zone. Nice pitch there by Tomonic. Swing and a miss. With a grand slam by Andy Mock. May not have punched the ticket, but it certainly secured the ticket. And this one will be popped up, fouled away, and it'll remain no balls, 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes, excuse me. And this one lifted up foul territory, giving chase there. Making the catch is Mauser. Nice job by Jack Mauser. Now clear the count here for Andy Mock, who hit the grand slam last time he was up. Jetted it out to left field to make the score 10-1. They've tacked on 1 since then. Two for 3, single, fly out, hit by a pitch, and the grand slam to left for Andy Mock. And that pitch will miss outside, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike now here to Andy, with 2 away here in the top of the 6th. And that one will skip into the dirt for another ball. And according to my numbers, that is now 28 pitches for Tomanek. Swing and a miss as Tomanek made Mock chase it to the outside, and he paid the price. 2 balls, 2 strikes as a result. And the 2-2 with a runner on second. Lifts it high, left field, going deep. It's not going to go deep enough this time. Making the catch on the warning track is Scolati. Nice job there by Scolati, and that ends the top of the 6th. As the Hopkins Flyers will go to the bottom half of the inning, and they need at least 1 run to force the 7th. Otherwise, their season will conclude, and the Fargo Post 400 Stars will be going to Shelby, North Carolina if Hopkins cannot score 1 run in the bottom of the 6th. 11-1 right now here in favor of Post 400. We're back after the break.
You didn't like the call? Please remember the officials on the court and the field have the best view of the action as it happens. More officials are needed. People like you. Stay connected to the game you love. Contact the NDHSAA, MSHSL, or your local high school to find out how to become an official. This message courtesy of Magnitude Sports.
All right. Colton Almy, after taking a huge hit to the gut in the bottom of the 5th, will have a chance to finish this one off, and he has a little bit of a smile on his face right now, and he has good reason to have a smile on his face. Ryan McGee, Americo Scolati, and Paul Safransky. One of those 3 has to put a run on the board here. Otherwise, this game is over. And the pitch comes in low for a ball to McGee, and it's 1-0. McGee 1 for 2. Grounded out to second, then he singled to right field on his 2 trips to the plate so far. And here's the 1-0 from Almy. And this one punched towards first. And Andy Mock scoops it up, and that's 1 down. Direct ground out to first for McGee.
Left fielder Americo Scolati.
Americo Scolati. 1 for 2, a fly out to center and a single to center. And he'll swing and miss on a pitch that was low below the knees and possibly outside too. He'll pay the price, and he'll go to 0-1 as a result. And the 1-1. Hit right up the middle off the glove of Almy. Rarick picks it up, fires it over. Out. Looked like he was safe to me, but it's another 6-3 ground out.
Now batting right fielder number 16, Paul Safransky.
And it's up to Paul Safransky to keep this run going. One ball, 1 strike with 2 outs. No runners on. 19 hits in the ball game here for the Post 400 Stars. And this one fouled back. And it's 1-2. And a little, did it drop fair? It was just out of camera view, and now the official says no, it's foul. So that will remain at 1-2. And this one popped up. Can Oliver Luck send them to Shelby? They can! The Post 400 Stars will continue their season in North Carolina, and they will compete in the American Legion World Series with an 11-1 victory over Hopkins, and the second time they've met Hopkins in this tournament.
Congratulations to Fargo, North Dakota.
Nobody thought this team could do this. But a great show of sportsmanship between Hopkins and the Stars. And an outstanding season for Hopkins. They really had to battle in this tournament. They came out with some significant wins, knocking off the Minnesota champions, the Wisconsin champions, and the North Dakota champions. The only champion they didn't have a chance to knock off was the South Dakota champions. Oh, I'm sorry. I meant to say the Minnesota champions is what I meant to say.
Once again, let's hear it for both of these teams for a great game today.
You got some Post 400 fans that are pretty pumped up right now. Got their cameras out. Maybe a couple tears.
Folks, stick around. We will have our closing ceremonies here momentarily.
And now the awards ceremony here. We'll keep it live. We won't go to a break until the awards ceremony is over, and then we'll come back with some final numbers too as they bring the trophies out to the tables in center field. The Stars fans have every reason to celebrate. This is a point in the season that 3 months ago, nobody thought this would be possible, and it's become possible.
Paul Iverson for our closing ceremony.
Paul Iverson, the National Tournament Director. And he has the microphone. He'll share some words with us here. Like I said, that grand slam by Andy Mock may not have officially punched the ticket to Shelby, but it certainly was an exclamation point. It was a deposit, whatever you want to call it. And the Post 400 Stars are your Central Plains Regional Champions. And they'll get to hold up that red flag here shortly. We'll bring it back to Paul, but we'll give you another look at the Post 400 fans here. So they just got smiles on their faces. The kids have left the top, and they have they have made a few rows down to join their other fans, family, and friends. But like I said, that 11U team made the trip down here. Players, brothers, sisters, family members all hopped in the van and made their way down here. Some fist bumps and high fives, and there's a lot of happy people here, but that one right there, if you had to rank them at who's the happiest, I'm pretty positive that Jeff is the happiest one of them all. We won't embarrass him too much. I want to say hi to Grandma Judy. I know you've been chiming in a few times. We didn't get a chance to say hi to you. More. Hi, Lori. More after Paul Iverson here. The Stars will play at 10 a.m. against an opponent to be determined down in Shelby, North Carolina to start the American Legion World Series. That's what we know for sure at this point. I'm not sure if that's Eastern time / 9 a.m. Central time or what. We'll figure it out and we'll let you know. Right now, we'll enjoy the moment here as the umpires will come out.
First and foremost, another great game, and we appreciate it very much. This is the kind of show we like to give the fans. You keep your team proud, your town proud, your coach proud. Thank you very much after 5 hard days of baseball. Thank you very much. We all know in sports, at the end of the day, somebody wins, somebody loses, but there are no losers here. Okay, thank you.
Those are some awesome words. There are no losers here. Absolutely agree with that.
We're here all week, 5 days of baseball, 4 games a day, some weather challenges, schedule challenges, but it's Sunday and we have a chance. So thank you to all the fans who came and supported their sons, their coach, and their state. Thank you. I'd like to thank the Midco Sports for supporting the streaming of the games and also the live broadcast. And the list of people that helped support this the last 5 days is about as long as the rosters of these teams. So I'll not put myself in jeopardy in trying to go through them all, but I do want to thank play-by-play Dave Brown, Tom Heeman, and wherever baseball be, analyst, thank you, Joel Sage. I want to give a special thanks to the Canaries ownership for putting up that brand new scoreboard just for the American Legion Regional. So thanks, guys, we appreciate it. Special thank you to Duel and his entire staff and the ground crew, by the way, which includes Duel. He was, again, prepping the field today. And they did an incredible job working through the challenges we had this week with water that no one has seen a drop of in about 4 months. It all came in the last 4 days. But they did an incredible job to keep this tournament going, get us back on track, and ensure a good playing field for the team. So thank you, Duel, and your team. We appreciate it. By the way, for all you young men and women who aspire to be a general manager of a sports organization, you didn't see Duel on a Thursday morning standing in 2 feet of water trying to get sunflower seeds out for the pumps that take the water out of the dugout. It's not just leather chairs and private airplanes, guys. I want to thank Post 15, especially for the chorus and the color guard for opening ceremonies, and again for the color guard today before our game 14. Thank you very much. Where would we be in this game without the umpires? I want to thank Andrew and his crew, Kurt Curtis, Eric, Corey, Phil, for putting together again the best umpiring crew across the 8 regions. Thanks, guys. We're also very fortunate in the Central Plains to have the top national scorer in Evan O'Kelly, once again taking care of us and doing a superb job. Thank you, Evan. I want to thank the local host committee and the staff of Chad for an incredible job actually over the past 2 years. Unfortunately, put on a great show and treating these players and these teams fans the way they should be treated at a national tournament. Amy, Betsy, Jeff, Chandler, Lane, Nick, thank you all very much for the time that you put in. It's more than 5 days to be here. Thank you very much. But at the top, there's always someone who makes it all together. Chad, come up for a moment, please. Chad, we got the National Commander, Oxford, the American Business Chairman, Ricky Anderson, Baseball Chairman, Barry Stone. Thank you, you and your staff, for a good job. Thank you. Chad.
First of all, thank you all for coming to our event here in Sioux Falls. It's been great to host twice, a couple different champions, a bunch of different teams. We just wanted to put on a good show. So congratulations to Hopkins, Fargo Post 400. Good luck next week.
I'd like to thank my staff and subject and Tim Moran. They do all the hard work through this tournament. Dan handles all of the team certification, travel and housing activities that have to go through when teams come and go. And Jim is the man running around every day, keeping us on the clock to ensure that every team has a schedule that has integrity, is getting the same advantage as everyone else. So thank you, Jim.
Doing the best we can to pump up our microphone volume. He's keeping the mic away from him.
The man that makes this scoreboard come alive, Kyle, thank you very much. If you're from the area at all, we want to thank gentlemen, that soft voice, smooth voice, the man with the bright Hawaiian shirt that makes everything work around here, the announcer, Randy Preston. All right, again, congratulations, guys. And at this time, I would like to present to the runners-up Hopkins Post 320, the trophy, and their patches and banners to go with that. Coach and our team. Congratulations, guys. Thank you for a great tournament and a good show. Before we turn to the other side of the field, it's time to announce our all-tournament team and our tournament MVP. All right, Paul, I've got him up here. Please turn your attention toward the field for the presentation of the all-tournament team. First, from Osseo, first baseman Matthew Kitzman. From West Fargo, infield and pitcher Lance Oster. From Renner, pitcher Reese Arbogast. From Sioux Falls, outfielder Nate Spreadbull. From De Pere, Wisconsin, pitcher Wyatt Fisher. Catcher Hayden Kosabucky. And second baseman Benji Hemke. From Fargo, pitcher Caden Graff. Pitcher and second baseman Kobe Sen. Pitcher and outfielder Ethan Claus. And pitcher and outfielder Colton Almy. From Hopkins, pitcher Gabe Olson. Third baseman Brock Zimmer. The shortstop Jake Perry. And outfielder Paul Zabransky.
Now, if I had to guess for tournament MVP, and I didn't have a vote in this, Easton Rarick and Kobe Sen would definitely be two of my nominees.
With a batting average of .643, a 0 ERA, and a 1,000 fielding percentage. From Fargo, Kobe Sen.
Those are some pretty good numbers, and that's an understatement. Congratulations, Kobe Sen, on being the tournament MVP.
Now I'd like to present the regional championship patches and banner and the Diamond Regional Championship shirts, which you will wear on the plane to Shelby, so your host will find you when you get there. So, Coach. Okay, now if we can have the players come and receive the banner and the championship trophy for the 2021 Central Plains American Legion Baseball Regional. Congratulations. Good luck in Shelby. By the way, for the parents and fans, the tournament in Shelby will start April 12th, run through the 17th. August 12th through the 17th. If you can't be there, watch it online. It's a great show for these kids. Thank you, gentlemen. Have a safe trip home. Safe trip to Shelby. Thank you very much.
So that will conclude the awards ceremony here from the Birdcage at Sioux Falls Stadium in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. The Fargo Post 400 Stars, the 2021 Central Plains Regional Champions. Congratulations, a well-deserved title. And once again to our sponsors, Sean Carlson, mortgage lender at Town and Country Credit Union, the Network Center in Fargo, bringing you the top half of the inning, and in a couple games in the last couple weeks, the bottom half of the inning. Go Promo in West Fargo, ProMark Services, Dr. Tiffany Johnson at Healing Touch, and also to Midcoast Sports for allowing us to broadcast the Stars and Patriots throughout this tournament, and it couldn't be any more of an honor. We started broadcasting the Stars when we were asked if we would do it. At the start of the very long 14-month virus-enforced long sports season between the North Dakota and Minnesota side. And we have one more week before we get about a week off and go into the fall sports season. But no matter what happens down in North Carolina, the Post 400 Stars are more than likely going to be on magnitude. We have submitted our request. The president of the Post 400 has told me that they're working on it, and at worst case scenario, we'll have a recording and highlights. But my gut tells me we'll have live broadcasts for you for these Stars from Shelby, North Carolina. For the National Tournament Director, Paul Iverson, the Assistant National Tournament Directors, Jim Morin and Dan Subbolt, if I'm saying that correctly, the National Scorekeeper, Evan O'Kelly, the local chairman, Chad Barman, who's the tournament host and set us up in a nice booth up here high above home plate, the Jody and Corey at Midco Sports, who did their part to make sure that we'd be granted permission to broadcast these games here for the Stars and Patriots. And to the coaches and players of the North Dakota champs, the West Fargo Patriots, the South Dakota champs, Renner Royals, the Minnesota champs, Osseo, and the Wisconsin champs, De Pere. And then the runners-up, Hopkins. And the only team that at this tournament that we didn't have a chance to broadcast at least once was the lacrosse team from Wisconsin. And then the tournament host, Sioux Falls East. To the coaches, the players, the parents who helped us out with name pronunciations. To Evan, who gave us stats and starting lineups for every single game. For Janice, who worked the scoreboard and the graphics. My name's Mike Mason. Your final score, once again, the Stars in 6 innings win 11-1. We'll zoom out a little bit. As they pose for a picture. See how close we can get without it getting blurry. We will talk to you in Shelby, North Carolina on August 12th, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central Time for the Fargo Post 400 Stars game at the American Legion World Series. Have a great few days off.
The proceeding has been a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and to order a DVD copy of this broadcast, simply visit msportsnet.com/DVD.